Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Allmark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And we're in week 6 of our 12 weeks of handmade Christmas ideas. And we're doing gift cards and money wallets and those sorts of things that we need to make a few of to just put little bits and pieces in. So today's one is a gift card, and you need a piece of cardstock which measures 10 inches by 4 inches. Okay, so you can get a couple out of a sheet of cardstock if you want to make more than one. And on the 10-inch side, we are going to score it at, I've already done it to save a bit of time, but at 1.5 inches, at 4 and 5/8 of an inch. So that's 1/4.5. 5 3/4. And 6 7/8. So 1 mark under the 7. Okay, that's all the scoring you need to do. So quick recap: 1.5 inches. 4 and 5/8, 5 3/4, and 6 7/8. Okay, so that's all the scoring that we need to do. So let's take the scoreboard out and I can move that there so you can see for the folding. Okay, so we need to fold it and burnish it. So fold it across that way and fold it across on this one and fold it across on that one. Okay, so you fold them all across apart from this center one where you're going to fold that one back on itself, because that gives you your little piece in the center for putting the gift card holder in. Okay, so when we close this up, you're going to close it up like that. Okay, now you might need to just take a sliver off of the end, so you can see where I've cut this. If you take literally just a sliver, let me take this, it will close just a little bit better, depending again on your cardstock, what you're using and how easily it'll fold. So I'm just, oof, that was a bit, don't think that was quite right on the edge, was it? That's fine. So that should now, there we go, that folds it a little bit smoother. I got a little bit crunchy and on there, but that's fine because we can do something else with that if needs be. Okay, so we've now got our piece like this, and then it's a matter of decorating it and also just making sure that this is going to be something that we can put our gift card in. So we need to just sort of wedge out a little bit and just put a little bit of glue in on this side. So I'm going to get some wet glue for this, I think, because I prefer wet glue because you can actually get a finer part to it. And then I just need to grab a punch. So I'm going to use, what punch have I got? Actually, I'm going to use a little one like this, I think, because this is one that we've already got. Doesn't really matter what you've got. That's the best label. I quite like the little shape of that. So on the, this is how it's going to fold. Okay. So when we open it up, this piece is going to stand up proud. We need to glue the inside of this. So we need to turn it over and literally just down on this edge, as near to it as you can get. like that, just on those two edges. You can use tape if you want, but I think you can get it more accurately to just do that. And we only need just a little piece like this. You don't need to do across the bottom because, to be quite honest, it's not going to slide out far enough. Okay, so then we just need to make sure that we've got a little bit for the card to go in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it from the centre. Let's see if I can get this. Will this go in here? Yes, it will. Okay, so I'm going to take it from the centre and I'm going to just give a little nip out of there. And then I'm just going to follow it along. So we should get 2 in this way. And we can have 2 in this way. So you can use any punch you want really. This just gives a nice little sort of wavy line on there. Let's take that little tiny bit off. Probably need to just take that off with some scissors, but that's fine. Okay, so you can see on here, then what I tend to do is just open it just a little bit the first time, because you can see it doesn't want to open up too much to start off with. So just open it enough, and then you've got room for your gift card to go inside. Let me see if I've got I'm going to grab a gift card of some sort. Bear with me a second. What do they say? It always helps to be prepared, doesn't it? I didn't actually take one out, so it doesn't really matter, but let me have a look and see what I've got. Let's have a look at, I don't really want to do anything that's, okay, let's do this one. Okay, so this is my gym membership one. So if I put that in there, you can see that that goes quite nicely. Just put it in on here, and we need to have it this way, don't we? So hold on, I need to just make it a little bit, and you can just make it the size that you want. So keep sort of nibbling away at this until you've got it where you want. So I just need to take it just a little bit further on that side and just a little bit further on this side. It really depends on the size of your gift card. Let's put that one like that. Okay, so I'm hoping that that's going to be, again, just open it up a little bit, and I think that that will go in this way. Not quite, so again, you can measure it if you want to, but it will fit. You just need to nibble around. This is quite a wide one, so just make sure you've got the side that you want. Let's just get this into this bit here. There we go. Right, now let's see if that will go in. So open it up again, and I open it a few times because then it will allow you to, there we go. Okay, so that fits in nicely, and then when you fold it up, or that way round, fold it up, it's going to go like that. Okay, so what I want to do now is to add some paper and some belly bands and things like that in here. So let's move my purse out of the way. So we've proved that the gift card's going to go in there. So the first thing I'm going to do is I've cut some pieces of cardstock. So this width across here is 3 7/8. So if you cut a strip that is 1 what did I cut it at? I cut it at 3 3/4. So you want either a 1/4 of an inch or an 1/8 of an inch. It's entirely up to you. So I'm going to do this with an 1/8 of an inch, but as I say, do it with a 1/4 or an 1/8, however you want. I've just chosen some coordinating paper from a few years ago, last year, can't remember which one. So I'm going to do the outside first. Just putting this in on here, put it in that way so I get it straight. There we go. So we've got that piece straight on the front there, and then we want a little piece to go in on the top here. So again, it's going to be the same length, which is 3 3/4. So all of it's 3 3/4, and this is 1 3/8 in width. But as I say, you know, easy enough to just measure it down so that you've got literally just an 1/8 of an inch or a 1/4 if you want a bigger border. I don't particularly want a bigger border, so I'm quite happy to have it as an 1/8 of an inch. So I'm just going to put this one down in on here, like that. So you've now got this nice piece coming through like that. And then I want the inside as well. So I've done one piece to go in on here, which is white, because that's going to be where we're going to write our message. And that measures your 3 3/4 by 3 inches. 3 inches? 2 7/8. 2 7/8. So again, I've just given myself a 1/4 of an inch to just go in on here. And as I say, that can have your message in there. You can put whatever you want. So you can put, you know, a Merry Christmas sentiment or something in there if you want. I'm not going to put anything yet because I haven't decided. But I can just put that in like that. I've got another strip to go in down on here, because as I say, I think it is, you can add as much or as little as you want. So if you're wanting to be quite frugal, you don't need to put as much cardstock or pattern paper in there. If you want to do something where you've got quite a bit, then you can do. Now, I put this in on here. Now I did cut, and I'll tell you why I'm not going to use it. I cut a piece to go in on here, but it might do, as long as I don't mind that scallop bit, because it's not perfectly accurate. So what I'm doing on this is I'm going to glue it down on here, but just not take it too high, because otherwise it will go in onto the side. So I can put this on here, put it down from the bottom, and just put that up. Okay, so that goes that way, but you can see I haven't put the glue on the other side, because what you don't want is for the glue to stick it together. So I'm just doing a line like that, but not at the top bit, and then I can just put this in on here, and we'll have that in on the other side. So this was just about an inch. Okay, so that can go in like that on there. And then we still have, when you open it up, you can see that that's glued in, and you can still get your card in quite nicely in there. Okay, so that then will go back like that and come back like that. As I say, you can, if you want to glue this down. I tend not to, but as I say, you can if you want to. It's entirely up to you. If you think it's going to fall out, then just put a little tiny bit of glue down the bottom. Okay, so now we want something to hold it together, and I'm going to do a very simple belly band on this. So belly bands, sometimes people find them a bit worrying because they think, oh, how do I get them on and off? Now, I tend to do them so that you don't have, you don't score them, because it's easy enough to fold them. However, I want to decorate this a little bit. So we've got this, this is in this year's, in the Halloween section, rather nice glittery washi tape. Now, I'm not using those colours, but I think black and green matching on here would look quite nice. So I'm going to take a strip of, first of all, I'm just going to measure it because I don't want to do all of it. So I'm going to take it sort of about halfway down, bend it over that way, and bend it so I can then cut it. And I've just taken a strip off. So if you're not that great at measuring, you just get this on here. You want this to come at about halfway across like that. So I'm just literally cutting it down, and then this piece is going to come across, and I'm going to take that in to about there. Okay, so I can just cut that across. So I've just taken a 1-inch strip right the way down, and I'm doing it so that I can then put it in afterwards. So I know that that is roughly where it's going to be. So I can then take my washi. If I can find where the start piece is. There it is. Which I think it's rather nice because you've got this black and gold, and I'm just going to put a piece down like that. And then we can just cut that off. You can decorate it with whatever you want. I just thought it was something simple. As I say, I'm not putting any sentiments or anything like that on there because, again, I would tend to put a gift card in with a present or in with a card. It's just sort of a little extra thing, isn't it? So, right, let's take this out and we'll see if it's straight. The good thing about washi is that you can pick it up and put it back down again. I think that's about right, isn't it? That'll work. Okay, so let's put this back on here of where we had it. That in there, that round that way. And then this, we just need to stick or glue or do whatever we want just on there. You just want to make sure that it is loose enough that you can take it on and off, which you can, before you glue it down. And as I say, I'm going to glue it with, now you see that was better, wasn't it? Because that's run right the way through. That's not quite as good because you've got just that little bit of, so what I'm going to do on here is just take that so that there is no gap. So when I seal that onto here, you're getting it as a complete seam running across. Okay, so I just need to put some glue on the back of here, and it will take, because I'm using wet glue, which is my favourite, it will take a little while to dry, but that's fine. It allows me the time to wiggle and get it straight. So I want this to come in and that to come in so it's nice and straight. put that down on there. I can turn it over because it'll take a minute to dry. Like that. But then you have your little fun gift card. Now, if you wanted to, you could put a circle on there. You could add more to it, but I think that that's quite nice. It works well for a you know, a masculine one, somebody who doesn't want anything too fancy. And as I say, you've got your gift card inside. Fun idea. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, please stay safe and well. Please be kind. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye bye.